There was going to be a screening at the, I think it was called the Midnight Special bookstore in Santa Monica on the 3rd Street Promenade. And Evan asked me to go with him just so he wouldn't have to go by himself. So, because there was supposed to be, possibly a Q&A session afterward or something. So, so we drove all the way up to Santa Monica from Orange County, which was well over an hour for us, and not familiar with the area. Finally found the place, and we're having a great time. We're feeling very enthusiastic about the whole thing, and we're excited. And we walk in, and we noticed that there was probably about 30 or 40 people sitting in chairs watching this movie, and the movie had just started when we walked in, and we were there for about 30 seconds, and Evan turns to me and got about an inch away from my ear and said, "We have to leave right now. We have to leave." Like, it looked like he was, like, something really awful had happened. So I'm like, okay, fine, let's go. And I'm thinking, maybe he saw somebody that he didn't want us to bump into, or, maybe he was about to throw up or something and just wanted to get out of there. But no, as we walked out, he said, "Bubba, I'm sorry. I just couldn't be there while those people were watching. I just had to get out of there." And I'm like, okay, cool. So we just spent the evening walking around 3rd Street, and we had decided we'd go back when the movie was over, in case anybody had any questions, or if they were going to do a Q&A session. And when we walked in, when the right before the credits started rolling, there was maybe, I think there was 3 people left.
Contacted a guy by the name of Tom Volman. Somehow, I forget even how I got in contact with him, and then he told me about a guy named Kevin Lindenmouth who was actually making a living off of his video movies. And I was like, how's he doing that? I mean, it didn't make like, it didn't clue into my world yet that when you make an independent film, you need to have selling points, and a horror movie with good-looking women, regardless of if they get nude or not, if you put some of them on the cover, that's a great selling point, because 90% of what sells, of what gets a video rented and what gets put on the shelves, is what the cover looks like. Well, you look at the cover that we have right here. I mean, come on. I mean, who's gonna come on? I mean, people are gonna bang down the door to get that. I sent it to Kevin, and he writes me back a letter saying, this is like one of the best films that I've seen in a long time. I'm like, I was just amazed, because I expected, unless you were involved in the punk and hardcore scene, which is where I could come from, where most of the people that have been in the movie had come from, what the film was a direct product of, I didn't think you would care, or you would even get the movie. I mean, who cares? I mean, who cares about me loving a girl and she doesn't like me back? But the more I thought about it, I had written something that a lot of people could relate to, so it wasn't actually that surprising, and it made me wonder, what if the film could have been better presented?